cute sassy bob from Chelsea Smith. Here's another wig tutorial coming at ya. Shandy in the caramel color, and I will be honest, I don't love how she's laying on me. Like, I feel like this is kind of like a little bulky for me right here. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to straighten her out and make her a little bit more like sleek, and then I might cut some layers into her. I don't know. We're going to get going and then just see where it takes us. Let me show you guys the back so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to use my Heatcomb. This is linked in my Amazon storefront in my bio if you're interested, but this is meant for synthetic wigs, so it only heats up to a certain degree. So it's really nice for the synthetic wigs because you're less likely to burn it. So that's really nice, but I always use it on the highest setting, which is 20. I always figure out where I want to part it, and then I adjust accordingly to that. Still have the lace on this. I actually prefer the company to ship the wigs to me with the lace intact, just because I like to try the wigs on and see what they look like against my skin tone, see how the cap fits, see if I actually like the color against my face, like just the whole ordeal. I want to make sure I like it before I cut that lace. And I found recently that modifying these with the lace on still is a little bit easier. So I'm going to take my Heatcomb once it's warm, and I'm just gonna drag it through, like comb it through the ends to straighten those ends how I want them. I'm not gonna touch that bang piece because I kind of like how it's flipping right now, so I'm not gonna even mess with that. But we're gonna try and straighten the rest of this. See if we can get the back. What I do is, even though I part it to the side that I want it to go, I always flip it around just to kind of, I don't know, it just helps, I think, relay those fibers really how they're truly wanting to lay, to really give you an idea of where it's going to stay. So I'm kind of actually liking how it's laying right now. Actually, both ways. I like that a little bit better. So I still feel like there's a little bulk in here. So what I'm going to do is get my razor comb out, and we're going to just take some of that hair out. This is the razor comb. It's got two different sides to it. One has more of a straight edge, and then one has kind of more like a comb-like. I always use the comb-like more often than not. These are very user-friendly, but it's really great to take some of the bulk or any of the hair. Like if you get a wig that feels like it's too much hair, this is very nice to take some of that hair away. This is also linked in my Amazon storefront for you. So what I'm going to do is take this comb and just literally give it a little bit of pressure and drag it right down that hair shaft. And you can see that it removes quite a bit of hair. Now I will say, if you order these new, they are very, very sharp. So you really don't have to give it a ton of pressure. However, as that blade starts to dull, you do kind of have to press into it a little bit more. We're just gonna give her a little haircut here and see what happens. Remember, you can't put the hair back on. You can always take more off. So go slow, take your time. It's not as daunting as it might seem. It is really, really easy. And then I go in sections. So after I'm done doing what I feel like is enough here, I just section it back down and do it again. And like I said, you can always go back through and redo it if you need to. It's better to take a little than a lot. Using the razor comb too is always best to start underneath and really don't touch a ton of like what's on the very top of your head, because if you do make a mistake, you're definitely going to see it. Where if it's underneath and you do make a mistake, you're more than likely not gonna notice it because all of that other hair is like falling on top of it. You know what I mean? Sometimes what I do is I take the hair and just bring it forward and kind of do that, because it does kind of give it like a little bit of a layered effect if you are looking for that. Okay, so I'm happy with what I see so far. I am gonna do the blow dryer trick to add just a little bit of volume, and then we'll see what she looks like after that. Obsessed. Oh, I love wigs so much. Go a different way than I want them to go. So now we gotta get the heat comb out and just guide those in the direction that we want them to go. And kind of redirect those bangs to the direction that I want them to go. This is the final result. So now all we have to do is cut the lace and she's ready to go out on the town.